And we're gonna be doing
NFL 17. So
yeah.
We're lucky to have this man at running back for them, leading the charge toward the postseason. It's the Seahawks going up against the Packers. With that, let's hand things over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 14 matchup.
Larry, from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL, there's a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Green.
Wait, I forgot. Did Green Bay beat Seattle, or was that a different team? I forgot. I'm pretty sure, no, that was the Falcons, I think.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Bulldozes past him and taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
He's quite an eyeful, isn't he? Big, strong, physical guy. When he came out of school and when I looked at my draft board, I went back through my notes to see how I had him rated. The number 2 back on my board coming out of college. Why? As I mentioned, big, strong, powerful guy, faster than you would think, and has the ability to catch the football out of the backfield, something that we didn't know he truly possessed. We saw that in the offseason workouts. Now he's putting his running ability to good use in the NFL.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Yeah, I think the blitz there really disrupted the draw.
Yeah, and it's usually when you catch them in a blitz, the draw works pretty well. If you're the offensive coordinator right now, that's visor throwing time, isn't it? Because that's supposed to work in a big way.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
And that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. So he loses 3. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Uses the stiff arm. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now. I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Down to the 25. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
And the tackle's made there by one of the secondary members. And I can guarantee you, having played that spot in the huddle right now or on the field, they're urging for a little bit more support from the guys up front. I actually remember one game where I hopped over a defensive lineman to make a tackle downfield and realized he was 10 yards downfield. That's not good. That's being driven off the line of scrimmage, and you can't have that if you're going to win a game on defense.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football. And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. That's caught at the 3. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. And good to see Jimmy back out there moving okay after the ruptured patella in Week 12 last year. You've dealt with that injury, haven't you?
I have, and let me tell you, you know that expression, I feel your pain? I felt Jimmy's when it happened. Now, mine didn't happen quite the same way his did. His happened in the line.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And he... The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. On first down, Wilson. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd down, 3 yards to go now. On 2nd down, Wilson. It's caught outright by Graham. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Now it's Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's got the 1st before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
He went full scale, loose, flexible.
Throwing again here, Wilson. And unsuccessful there, trying to dump it underneath. That'll bring up 3rd down. So 1 yard to go here on 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, Wilson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Well, the coaches mentioned they weren't as concerned about big play offense. They thought they could get some shorter, quicker stuff and be consistent, and that's kind of what they showed there.
What they saw in preparation, what they saw on film, is a defense that likes to get out fast in terms of coverage, meaning they either bail out or they give them a lot of space to throw the underneath stuff, so they decide they take advantage of it and worked on it hard in practice this week.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. They come up in an offset eye. Wilson finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And this seemingly endless drive continues. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. The grab made by Kearse over the middle. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Now it's Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Nick Perry with a pick. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. Short. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And Graham's got it over the middle. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
That throw has to be a quarterback's dream, doesn't it? Big tight end, curling in the middle of the field, so it's great sight lines for him. And when they show their numbers back to the quarterback, when they sit down right there, that should be pitch and catch.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
They were stopped on that play. We saw plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
To throw is Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And now the rookie's free. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. His 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big...
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching. And it's a fumble. And the Packers pick it up. Well, they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. running now. Wilson on first down. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They'll come out in the pistol. On second down, here's Wilson. He's got his man. It's Kearse. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the fourth quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock. It's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. Clinton Dix there for the stop. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up in the line.
The big fella. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Jimmy Graham, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looks pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And they'll run it here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they'll go on the ground. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. A strong running. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Now Wilson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the... Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So it'll be first down here after the run. Oh, Wilson going to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 5 yards on the pickup, and it's a second down. And we're hitting the end of this one, and it looks to probably be the final play. On second down, Wilson. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
My second body cost a lot. After I bought it, I just wore it home. Reading philosophy and gossip rags. Spending my bottom dollar on my toes. I'm a pacifist who's never not been pacified. I'm a piece of... It's a point of pride. I'm a super rich complaining I want more in life. Cry, baby, cry, oh, cry, baby, cry, oh. Really care where I stand in the winner's circle. Make room for a man from the middle with you. I don't even know how I got to the finish, but don't care, don't make no difference to me. I don't understand what you're saying.
How do I turn off the music? Fuck. Don't matter. Okay, that's good.
Fellas, I need to see that
Oh,
attitude
shit.
today. We got to get better today.
I hate
what
this.
I want to know is who's ready to get better.
Why am I running so fast? I've never ran this fast. It's weird. Touchdown, let's go. And that wasn't, I got stuck on him. Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Wait, I have one more. Let's go!
talking about, fellas. I don't know what happened between last week and this week, but today was a...
Should I do quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks, or should I wonder what I'm going to do after this, because I'm already at the playoffs. I don't know, we'll figure it out. I don't know if I want to play defense. Rush colors.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
Oh.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. 2nd and very short here, less than a yard.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I don't want to downplay the run, but that's exactly what I expected out of him coming out of college. When I look back at my draft analysis, one of the highest-rated players on my board, a 3-down back who can do everything. And one of the best parts of his game is what he does when he doesn't have the football, because he carries it really well, but he blocks equally as well as pass protects for his quarterback. I think he's going to be special.
Unable to connect on the 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Wilson. The grab made by Kearse over the middle.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
And a big face mask penalty here, 15 yards.
You never want to get your hands up in the face mask area because your fingers can get tangled up there, and that can hurt you as a player.
And into the red zone now, and Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points, so you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes, make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that. A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Now Wilson on second down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him. It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Seahawks find a... The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam through the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, "Hello, my name is Mike."
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. So 2nd down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 12 yards there as they move the chains. But just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Still 9 yards to go on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Complete, Richardson has it. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still...
On second down, here's Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And now the Rams are going to halt. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
See if they stay on the ground for second down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, and okay. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. It's caught outright by Graham. 12 yards on the pickup, and it's good enough for a Seattle first.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. The numbers comparison last week, really good game here. I don't know, just he's not hitting the hole as fast as he was a week ago.
Do you get the sense that maybe, his timing's off a little bit?
Yeah.
Because last week, I think you were talking about how quick he was to the hole and how fast he was through the hole. And that created some of those big runs because it allowed some of those 2nd and 3rd level blocks from his offensive line. In this game, I feel like the blocking's still there, but he's just not taking advantage of it.
A gain of 13 and also a first down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. Michael Brocker's in on the stop.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles.
And he lost the football. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And after getting tackled, he's still... First down, Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
So many days, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Up to about the 35. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along.
He slapped me in the...
And that way, you often control the game.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. In the slot on the right is Graham. They'll run it now out of the gun. A good pickup there at 22.
Go.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, fifth defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15 he goes. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. All right, say it with me now. There's a lot of different words we come up with. Maybe we go back and forth after that play, getting his toes tapped down to make that catch.
I probably would have got the touchdown.
All the veteran names.
You name it. Has every
Oh my God, my character! How did you not?
his career.
That was right there. I've had amazing catches, but you couldn't catch.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will go for 5 up to the 33. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Now a handoff looking right. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on third down. Wilson now to throw on third down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on third down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It's really no surprise to see them running the ball here. They've got the lead, not much time left. They just want to keep the clock moving, and they can win it right now.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And quickly they get to the line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Wilson wants to throw it. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll come out in the pistol. Here's Wilson to throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there with a career-high 4-touchdown game. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Seahawks, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, the loss might them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.
I was gonna go to the Super Bowl, but Steelers lost, so not anymore. Man, if one man, right now. What you got? Come on, get some more. I beat them. Now let's go against the Cardinals. I think this will be my last game. Yep, this is gonna be my last game. Oh shit. I forgot to change our uniforms. Can I get you that? Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Matt.
First and 10, it's Wilson. The grab made by Kearse over the middle. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for...
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 2nd down following the run. On 2nd down, Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. Becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us?
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would,
I was
because
pushing
if they
yes,
were
but whatever.
confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're
This
presenting
whole game,
and continue
I
to
am
do so.
not
Because the
gonna
secondary,
run.
they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Now Wilson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 5 yards is the
Watch,
pickup
I'm not
there
gonna
as that
run
extends this
one.
drive.
The goal
But
of every
I'll run a
offense is
couple
to move the chains,
Yeah.
pick up first downs. A nice job finding an open receiver for a completion.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Here, I'll get to 50 yards and I'll stop running.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. Here's Wilson. Incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Complete outright to Kurtz. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him. Because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you down.
I was right. They're blitzing.
So well,
Boom.
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick,
this. What? My catching is at 100.
In the end zone. So no.
My catching's at 100.
Seattle now ready to mark.
No, not doing this. Not today. Not my last game.
So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Wilson on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
The fuck?
And out now come the Seahawks. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Now Wilson on second down. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And Graham's got it over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Wilson will throw again. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I'm gonna go back to that play because I got 16. So
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
let's see what happens again. Maybe they have someone on me this
First
time.
and
Or...
10, it's Wilson.
Yep, I was right. I was correct. I think the computers really like have not like a brain, but like
lucky to be getting that one back.
they understand when like if you do the same play over again, they'll go after you. They get just they basically get
on
smart.
second and 10, it's Wilson. Under a heavy rush and down
Big
he
fella.
goes. Marcus Golden from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Third and long, it's Wilson. Finding time. He's going to look deep down the field. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful.
What?
Fourth down.
What? I'm gonna try this one
The
more
Seahawks
time.
offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had And now Wilson unhappy with something he saw there as he's going to burn a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they
This is my last time.
in this third quarter.
I don't get 20 yards. I'm not gonna do this again.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He's got time in the pocket. And incomplete
Hey, Matthew.
on the deep ball. The intended target.
Why do I keep doing this play again?
And now it's
Hey.
second down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. Now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more.
If I could just
They have to feel good about
truck them, I could have got the touchdown.
Solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back end of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle.
I have my 2 feet in. I got 2 feet in.
That's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise.
Big fella.
Got rid of it. No one got it. It's caught outright by Graham.
Oh, yeah, we got the first
17
one.
yards that time as that'll move the chains.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told us, you throw it up, you know, kind of like put it up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
On second down, here's Wilson. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second
I am
half.
just
Instead,
not
it's third
getting
down.
it right now.
Tremendous
I don't know
coverage there.
why.
Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Now it's Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it second and goal. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Again, Wilson. And
No!
intercepted.
No. Why am I so slow? Wilson. Yeah, let's go, Wilson.
Oh, Charles, after that intercept.
Never mind, Wilson. You suck. No, just kidding. He's very good.
Now they get set to go back to work. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said.
Oh my God.
Was, don't do
We
that
haven't
again.
got a catch in like 20 years.
I impressive. Not only did he
We haven't got a catch in like 20 years. Can we get another catch?
To be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
So still in search of the first down after that last completion.
The wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Get downfield.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. From midfield now, here's Wilson. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. On first down, Wilson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it a second down. So this brings up a 2nd and 2. And to give this time to the tailback. And he went backwards. He'll be
I didn't go backwards.
He lost 2 there. And it's
Maybe they pushed me backwards. I didn't go backwards.
They come up on a 3rd and 3.
3rd and
Wilson
3.
out here to his running back. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish
We'll
this
try to
one
get this
off.
game over with.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Deep drop. Looking for the end zone. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half.
Isn't he allowed to throw to me, though?
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off.
Yeah, aren't they allowed to throw
I guess that's why a lot of those
me
guys
the
do
ball
not play
even if I
offense.
fake it?
And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9.
That was a sick catch.
Complete. Now the Cardinals going to use another timeout. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Oh, Wilson going to throw.
Right here. Boom.
And he has now tied the record. Touchdown.
Well, it's really easy to say they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't get...
Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And that last drive was so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. On second down, Wilson. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all that we want to do now. Put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
And that's off the mark, incomplete.
But I don't care. We're winning by 3 touchdowns.
He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker
I really
position.
don't care. I love myself, but I don't need anyone else.
On third down, Wilson. They
Look at this dude.
15 yards through the air and a first down.
I love myself, but I don't need anyone
Watching
else.
quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. Put a little cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space.
A lot of scoring.
Okay, guys, that's it for me today. I'm tired. I'm sick. Yeah. So, comment down below what team you want to win the Super Bowl. Since the Patriots beat the Steelers, I'm hoping for the Falcons to win. So, comment down below what team you want to win. Subscribe, like, and yeah. What's the word? I'm just kidding. Stay fried.